Hello everyone. So, for something a little different, I had an idea to do a bit of a mukbang. I don't think I have any feeders, so I think I'm in the clear. But I wanted to chat about mukbangs. Mukbangs. Mukbang. Someone's gonna correct me, I'm sure. And I probably need correcting, because one of those, if not two, were wrong. And a little bit about mukbangers and how I kind of stumbled into it. So I'm having a pudding cup, and I found 100% whole grain blueberry Newtons. I actually eat these a lot on the weight loss journey, not to get off topic. They're 50 calories a piece. So if I'm having like a 500 calorie dessert night and I want to kind of binge, 10 fig Newtons hits the spot. So I'm gonna have a few of those too. Now I had not heard, I wonder if it's okay dipped in the pudding. Maybe if I was baked, but not right now. First time I saw and heard the word mukbang, there was this guy I started following. I forget, he had like nice black hair, shaggy like grandpa eyebrows, but he was younger. And it was a reaction channel. And I think he only had like 80 viewers at the time. And the only reason I watched it is because I was watching every single solitary reaction video to Lady Gaga's Super Bowl 51 halftime show. If you haven't seen it, pause me and go find it. Even if you didn't come back, I would understand, because it's like 13 minutes long. And he was mixing up his content, doing different stuff, kind of to see what he was going to end up doing, I guess. And he did a mukbang, and he kind of tried to explain what it was, and he sat there and was pretty much just like eating and chit-chatting. And it was weird. It was like having lunch with somebody, even though I'm not having lunch at the moment. I'm just watching you eat. It was kind of odd. It's Asian, East Asian, I believe. I want to say Korean, but I don't know if that's right. And so he ended up finding a different avenue for his channel. He reacts to Asian pop stars singing American songs. So I guess I stopped following him a while ago. He was cute though too. It was a shame. So then I started seeing it on bigger women channels. First one I found, what was her name? She's still up. Hungry Fat Chick, I think. And I remember thinking that's got to be a sexual thing. Because I've watched 600 Pound Life, and I have a fascination with human oddities. Back in the day when there were freak shows, I would have went through twice, you know. So, not that people are freaks, but like I said, human oddities. People that are not average when it comes to the size of their body, their height, some talent they have. Things that are out of the ordinary, I find interesting. She was an extremely large woman. And the goal of her mukbangs was to eat an extremely large amount of food. And I was like, well, there's, you know, something, I guess, provocative about that for some folks. I had this image in my head that there was, it's a stereotype. I'm not saying this is true. I'm not saying this is what's going on. But I had in my head that there was, like, very skinny, squirrely men who were all twiggy that were making lists of food they wanted these women to eat. And then they were going to, like, hit them up on DM with their like credit card information so they could order it, or they would like send takeout to their house. To each their own. I mean, there's people that think my lifestyle is absolutely disgusting, so I'm not passing judgment on sexual stuff here. I'm very aware of what goes into my own, but it's peculiar. It's not that common. And I think it's called a feeder, the folks who watch. And the long pauses and silence and listening to people chew. That's a little, I don't know about all that. Like, there's people whose biggest pet peeve is listening to people chew. They can't stand it. It makes them want to, like, punch someone in the throat. And I guess there's people who fetishize it, I suppose. I would not be one of those people. So then, I watch more weight loss channels, and there was a few that I follow, and they, like, vacillate back and forth. And of course I'm talking about, you know, like Chantal and Amberlynn. Though Amberlynn has content that's kind of all over, Chantal has content that's all over the place. Just recently, I was following her channel, and the New Year's water fast, I should have taken like a high-low bet on how long that was going to last. God bless her. If she's as lost on the inside as she is on the outside, she's doomed. That ended, and then back to eating on camera, a lot of junk. So if that's not for show, then she needs a buddy, like someone to follow her around all day and give her a hand. But watching her eat, and I think she's said in other videos, you know, if I can make a few extra dollars by eating on camera, I will. So, you know, it's YouTube. You know, people who are monetized, and if she makes her living entirely off YouTube, that makes sense. You know, that makes sense for her to do. So, I've never seen too many other mukbang channels. I think, is it Pink Fairy? Another one? Can't comment good or bad. Except, is she the one who all her pictures kind of look like this? When she's eating? She doesn't look like that, like, while she's eating, but she just makes the, like, least flattering face possible, and then uses that as the thumbnail. Which is cool. Hey, I clicked. So, I don't know. I don't think it's a bad thing, necessarily. You know, if a person is, you know, capitalizing off the fact that people have an interest in watching them eat, I suppose. I mean, the ones that I've watched, well, let's get to that. Why the hell do I watch them if I don't get aroused by watching somebody eat? You know, or if I, you know, don't find them attractive or anything, or I don't really like listening to people chew either. A couple times I was like, I wonder if that food's good, and it was almost like having a long extended review, or like all of a sudden Jollibee was everywhere. Everyone was buying Jollibee and turning their camera on and eating it. And I was like, well, you know, I wonder how the fried chicken is. I wonder if this, I wonder if that. And that, to me, seems like I said, an extended food review, or if they bought a bunch of different things. But if they're, you know, having the spaghetti or something, and they're eating it like that, you know, that's a little bit different. So those are some of the reasons, like, I watch them. And it was, like, kind of out of curiosity. What are they eating? You know, how fast are they eating it? And blah, blah, blah. So, this was more of a silly video. Mukbangs aren't near and dear to my heart. Exactly. And, I'll watch other ones if they come up, you know. But, I just, it was such an interesting thing to stumble on. I'm still so green at YouTube. I mean, I've had a channel for a year and a half. I have a smaller but fabulous bit of subscribers. I was, you know, had some very nice people send some folks over to check me out, and some of those folks stayed. So, I mean, that was pretty cool. But I still find stuff on YouTube that makes me go like that. And mukbangs were the first thing that really caught my eye with it. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe. Hit the bell to get the alerts. Some things are a little more or less relevant than eating on camera. So feel free to check out some of my other content as well. Hit the thumbs up, and I will catch up with y'all soon. Bye.